Why do black people keep leaving comments saying, how don't black on black crime exist? What? Let me break it down for you one more time, because I broke it down last week, but y'all ain't hear me. So you ready to hear it? Here it go. So we all know that black on black crime is a phrase that they use to talk about crime in black communities. But why is there not Caucasian on Caucasian crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime? They commit crimes too. And the truth is, most crimes are committed by people of the same race because they live around each other. Black people don't make that special. It's just something that happens. So because everybody lives so close to their people, that's normally who commits the crime. The same race. And it's the same for every race, not just black people. But it's highlighted more to make people think that black people are all criminals or all thugs or we all just rob and all of this other crap. Violence is not caused by skin color, especially not by being black. It's caused by poverty, lack of jobs, and underfunded schools, trauma, and lack of opportunity. So when neighborhoods don't have what they need, people struggle. That can lead to crime. Duh. It's not about race, it's about resources. And y'all know they don't show Caucasian people the same way. They don't even really show they mug shots like that, but they make sure to show our mug shots. Ask yourself why. That is the very reason when Caucasian people and other people see you, they automatically assume that you fit the profile, because that's all they put out is our profile. Think about it. Just ponder on it a little bit.
Black on black crime doesn't exist. It's a myth. Because black people don't kill other black people because they are black. Do you see the difference? Cops, however, kill black people because they are black. Because the system is racist. The system is filled with white supremacy. All of us have been told that black people are more dangerous. And so because of implicit biases that have been implanted in all of our brains, cops end up killing black people at much higher rates, even though they are just minding their own business and not doing anything that warrants for them to be murdered. So no, black on black crime is not something that we're going to discuss, even though, yeah, black people commit crimes. Nobody's denying that, and that is not the conversation that we're having. The conversation is about racist systems, not about whether black people commit crimes or not. Everybody commits crimes.
Okay, let's talk about it. It seems anytime a racist white person or the police department does something to harm the black community, we get asked, what about black on black crime? Isn't the black community going to address black on black crime? First of all, black on black crime is just crime. Most crimes are proximity crimes, meaning crimes are typically perpetuated by people in your community or people you know. Most white people are victims of crime by white people. Most Hispanics are victims of crime by other Hispanics. Most Asians are victims of crime by other Asians. So of course, most black people are victims of crime by other black people. Second, the black community addresses black on black crime every single day. The reason why you don't know is because you don't care about it. Those of us who are in the community or care about the community know about the countless organizations and rallies in the black community dedicated to uplifting it. But in case you think this is just talk, here's a list of some of them. And again, they go on for days and days, but the reason you don't know about them is because you don't actually care about the black community. Period.
Baby, there is a man on this app who has stayed on the necks of his color redacted counterparts. And let me tell you, it warms my soul. All right, it just warms my soul. My favorite one so far is when he talks about how lazy his color redacted counterparts are, as far as, you know, when it comes to slavery, factory work, all of that type of stuff. Because I actually Googled, because I like to, you know, use my smartphone to continue being smart. And I was like, how long does it take for cotton to grow? It takes 6 months for cotton to grow. Stay with me, okay? So it takes cotton 6 months to grow. And if you want to get on a boat from here to West Africa, it takes 2 months to get there and 2 months to get back. So that's 4 out of the 6 months. Okay. All they had to do was wait an extra 2 months and then just pick the cotton. You would rather waste time, money, resources to go travel along rough seas. Okay. to go pick up somebody to do a job you don't feel like doing. If that is not the epitome of lazy, I don't know what is. That's why every single time a Casper concubine or a fellow cornstarch crusader calls us lazy, it ain't nothing but projection.
It's Black on Black Crimes. Welcome to Global Gist with BJ. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Right. Every time we talk about police brutality, every time we talk about injustice, they say, well, what about black on black crime? But here's what they don't want you to know. There's no such thing as black on black crime. And I'm about to break down what that phrase is. And I want you to know that it's a lie and a weapon. Do you understand? There's nothing as black on black crime. All I know is people are bound to quarrel. Even if you have children, even with your siblings, sometimes you fight. And everyone has how they control their emotion, isn't it? Right. So why is it that whenever there have been questions about black lives, what it just says, what about black on black crimes? Are you guys not doing this yourselves? Why are you complaining? Let's watch these videos and I'll be back with the commentary.
Oh, hey, hi, yeah. Oh, how you doing? How you doing? Listen, do you guys remember when BLM was kind of like a thing? It was like people had, signs and shirts, and their profile pictures were black. And the only time that they ever really come out of hiding is when it's white on black crime. That group. And just like that, I basically just answered my own question that I was going to propose. In the city of Chicago, the black on black crime is astounding. It's actually quite horrendous. The amount of violence that the black community sees in Chicago on a daily basis. If BLM was a real movement, which obviously it's not, they would be doing something, anything, to help the black communities in Chicago. What is even more wild to me is the city of Chicago has a black mayor. And he doesn't even want to do anything to help. Send in the troops.
Are black people more violent than other groups?
In the United States currently, yes.
Black on black crime is a term used to criminalize black people and make it seem as though we have a problem with crime that no one else has.
Well, in the US, we do have a problem with crime that no other race has. These are murders in 2019. If you look at the race of the offender, you'll see that there are 2,574 black people and 2,594 white people. Again, this is for murder. And that's only for black on black versus white on white. Overall, in that year, black people murdered 3,218 individuals. White people murdered 2,948. So in 2019, there were more black people that murdered people than white people. What is the black population in the US? You can see 13.6%. The white population, you can see it's 59.3%, which this fluctuates, but let's just say it's 59.3. A lot of people have it higher, but let's just keep it low, say 59.3. So in this year, you're looking at white people committed 44% of the murders. If they are 59.3% of the population, that means they are underrepresenting their share of the population in murders. Black people, on the other hand, were 48.9% of the murders. Remember, we've only got 13.6% of the population. We are overrepresenting our share of the population in murder by 350%. I am currently unaware of any race in the US, other than black people, that have 3.5 times their representation in a violent crime compared to their population size. So yeah, until we have another race who's overrepresenting in a very violent crime like that, yeah, we have a problem with crime that other races do not have.
Every time a black person brings up police brutality or systemic racism, it's always a couple people in the comments like, but what about black on black crime? Like that's a mic drop. Like we supposed to just fold up our stuff and go. Like, you got it, bro. You right. My bad. Let me help you out. Black on black crime is not a real category. You won't find it in any FBI database. Matter of fact, it's basically the Fox News version of, I have black friends. Most crime happens within the same race. You kill where you live, fam. That's how proximity works. Let's talk facts. 84% of white murder victims are killed by white offenders. 86% of black murder victims are killed by black offenders. You never hear folks say white on white crime, right? When Kyle takes out the AR-15 and airs the school out, we don't say, white folks just love killing each other. Nah, they call them troubled and give him a whole documentary. Now let's kill this lie that black folks don't care when we kill each other. You ever been to a black funeral? We cry, we cook, we mourn, we wear custom airbrush t-shirts, and we light half the block up with candles. But you ain't gonna see that on the 6 o'clock news unless we flipping over a police car. Now here's the real issue. Crime is about poverty, not race. You put any group of people in underfunded neighborhoods, strip their schools, kill job opportunities, flood it with trauma, and guess what? Crime gonna happen, period. So next time somebody throws black on black crime at you, like it's an Uno reverse card, hit them with this. You don't care about crime. You just don't like accountability.
Man, take a look at what the Chicago mayor, this incompetent mayor of Chicago, take a look at what he said, and I'm going to come back and talk about it after this.
Things that could reduce crime and provide real community safety. Instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a publicity stunt to invoke chaos and terror, the federal government should spend that money on proven solutions to crime and violence reduction. We cannot incarcerate our way out of violence. We've already tried that, and we've ended up with the largest prison population in the world without solving the problems of crime and violence. The addiction on jails and incarceration in this country, we have moved past that. It is racist, it is immoral, it is unholy, and it is not the way to drive violence down. We cannot return to the same failed strategies that got us here in the first place. Under the previous presidential administration, we requested more federal resources to address gun violence in our city. We continue to make that same call. We have made significant progress on our own, but there is so much more that we can do if we had real support from the federal government.
Man, black people, man. We all gonna realize this guy in the Democrat Party don't care about black lives, man. This dude just said putting people in jail or in prison for violent crimes is racist and it's unholy. Meanwhile, this dude knows who babies are getting killed in the hood by stray bullets. He knows the ages of young men who are killing each other and bragging about it. He knows who's doing all the carjackings, the robberies. He knows everybody. Well, he knows about the people who are terrorizing their own neighborhoods, who are making the great city of Chicago unsafe. He knows all this. And look, anybody you see, like all the Democrats are upset about Trump cracking down on crime, right? This is a Democrat ideology. They are communists. By him saying throwing people in prison for crimes is racist, he's just echoing Vladimir Lenin and the Bolsheviks. Lenin viewed the criminal as a rebel to the oppressive system, basically, of the bourgeoisie. So he's seeing the criminal as a rebel to the system of white supremacy, right? He's just echoing the same thing. So he doesn't care if black people kill each other. He's sticking to his religion, the communist religion. That is what he's doing. He don't care. Y'all are the punching bag. When y'all gonna realize this is what the Democrats think about you? And kind of, some of it to me is, yeah, y'all voted him in after Lori Lightfoot, and she was already bad. He's worse, and you still voted for him. So this kind of is brought on y'all in Chicago, mostly blacks, who voted for this fool, right? Y'all brought it on yourselves. So some part of me is like, hey man, just go ahead, just let him, just let all the crime happen to him, right? But you still have innocent people who didn't vote for that, who are still getting harmed by these people. So yeah, they don't care about your life at all, and he's telling you that to your face. Y'all know too who's committing the crimes. Y'all know y'all are scared to walk down the street of Chicago in certain areas because you might get hit by a drive-by. You might get caught when a gangster looking for his op. You might get hit by a stray bullet. Your kids can't even walk home from school because of these people. And he doesn't want help to crack down on that because he doesn't care about your life at all, man. He just doesn't care. And these are most Democrats across the country. No, this is the Democrat Party. This is what they believe. Get it through your head, man. Trump is trying to save black life. Republicans want to save black life. Everybody's life. You want to keep people safe. That's the job of the government. Brandon Johnson's not doing his job. People are not safe in his city. White, black, Mexican, it doesn't matter, right? He does not care about the law-abiding citizen getting harmed by a violent criminal. He sees the criminal as an ally to the cause, to fight the oppressive system. We're not going to learn, man. This is what Democrats think about y'all. They don't care. Y'all just punching bags. They don't care about your life. They don't care. Really think about it, man. Really, 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 really think about it. So that's all I got to say. I'm out.
So I'm going to speak on something very controversial that's going to ruffle some feathers. I don't like it when people say black people don't even like each other. So why do they have issues when somebody else treats them badly? Number one, there's no such thing as black on black crime. That's a hoax. That's a made up term. Number two, every community has problems, has issues.
but it doesn't give me the right to go treat that community badly because they have issues. It's like you coming to my house and deciding you're going to beat my child just because me and my child might have conflict. Every house, every tribe, every country, every community has issues, but it doesn't give you the right to treat that community badly because they have issues. It doesn't make sense. And this issue about black on black crime, right? There's no such thing. People create crime based on who's in their proximity. Yes, other cultures, other communities have more crime than others, but people fight crime based on who's in your community. So if I'm black and I live in a predominantly black neighborhood and I am part of a crime, it's going to be around black people. Just like how you might go to a country in Europe where there's crime and they fight. The crime is based on who is next to them or who's in their vicinity. So I don't believe in black on black crime. And I don't believe that just because a community might have issues, it gives me the right to go treat the community badly. Like people always say, like, oh, white people treat black people a certain way, or they treat black people Caucasians treat black people a certain way because we don't even love ourselves, or we don't respect ourselves, or we fight amongst ourselves. People create crime. I mean, they fight crime. People's crimes are based on who's in their vicinity. So how does that, or who is in their radius or circumference? So it doesn't, I don't think it gives you the right. Yeah, like I said, some communities might have more crime than other communities, but it doesn't give you the right to feel like you could treat a group of people a certain way just because they already have existing issues.
Black on black crime does not mean we can't be mad at racism. Let's talk about it. Anytime black people speak out about the murders of unarmed civilians by deranged killer cops, we're accused of ignoring the violence within our own communities in favor of police brutality. First and foremost, the term black on black crime shouldn't even exist. The majority of all person-to-person crime is intra-racial, meaning everyone is more likely to be killed by someone of their own racial background. This is not exclusive to black people. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to argue, well, you guys kill each other at a higher rate. So let's examine why that is. Todd. Research shows that two of the largest components of crime are poverty and proximity. Meaning you're more likely to kill somebody that you live around, and people who live in impoverished communities are more likely to commit crime. Black people are typically the largest demographic in impoverished neighborhoods, and I'm gonna let y'all guess why. Go ahead, take a stab at it. Time's up. It's because structural racism has impacted the socioeconomic growth of the black community. So you see, black people don't harm other black people because of racial prejudice. And being born black does not mean we're inherently more likely to commit crime. Black on black crime is literally just crime. That being said, there are efforts to address the crime problem in majority black neighborhoods. Events, organizations, movements. A lot of people are just unaware of these things because they don't actually give a fuck about black on black crime. It's just a scapegoat. And another thing, one thing that y'all constantly miss during these conversations. If a black person kills another black person unjustly, then they will be held accountable for it. And they'll likely receive a higher sentence than a white person who committed the same crime. But we can't say the same thing about Officer Bob, and that is what we're protesting, people. So in closing, our right to not experience racism and brutality is not contingent upon whether we can completely eradicate proximity crime. Happy Black History Month.
This is what I have to say. Stop saying black on black crime unless you're also ready to say white on white crime too. Stop weaponizing our pain to shut us up. Black on black people is not the problem. We are the survivors. Yeah. I want you to drop a comment if you are done letting them use the phrase to distract you from the truth. Let me see it in the comment section, right? We've had enough of the lies, enough of the blame. The real crime is what the country keeps doing to us and pretending it's our fault. Am I lying? That is the real crime. What is it about black on black crime? It's a myth, it's not real. It's not real. So I want to see your comments in the comment section. Do not forget to always subscribe, like, and share these videos to your friend. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.